Hello guys, it's Kayla back with another video. And in today's video, you wanna guess what it's gonna be? No? No guesses? It's gonna be college decision time, even though it's late, but beauty school edition. Yay! I don't know if you share the same excitement as me, but I thought it'd be fun to do a beauty school edition since I am going to beauty school and not a traditional college. So yeah, let's get right on into the video. Alright, so I had 3 schools that I was looking at. So some of them I'm not going to actually just show you the name because there's like two of the schools, I think there's just one of them, so at least in my state, so I'm not going to do that. And they're also not like big name schools, like Paul Mitchell or anything like that, so just for the privacy reasons, we're gonna do that. But there is a few of the first school I was looking at. So just a little disclaimer there, if that made any sense. So one of the first schools I was looking at, it's called Fagans. Yeah, they were not as far. They were a little bit closer to where I live, so that was a good one. And then another school, we're just gonna call Beauty Academy. That's what we're gonna call it. We're just gonna call it Beauty Academy. Also a pretty nice school. And then this next one, we're gonna call it Institute School of Cosmetology. So those were my 3 choices. Now maybe let's break it down to each school. Now, another little disclaimer. I'm not actually going for hair. I'm not going to school for hair. I'm going to school for makeup. I do not think you want me taking care of hair. Because if you ever get a close-up look at my hair, it ain't pretty. It's damaged. It's just no. So, I mean, at first I was, but I'm just going for makeup. Just for makeup. So there's that. Just going for makeup. So, a little disclaimer there that my program won't be as long as it usually would be. So before I started working, I went to go out and visit Fagans. But there are clock hours. So I don't know if this is for all states. I didn't look into it, but there's clock hour, and then I always say this word wrong, but competency based, which clock hour is, a certain number of hours you have to get within, to be able to take the test, stuff like that, and then there's competency, totally can't say it, competency based, which is a, it's like a shorter amount of time, to get the knowledge in before you go take the state board. So there's that. Now, before I started working, I didn't really care which one. It didn't really matter to me because I didn't really know there was a difference. So, but before I started working, I looked at Fagans, which is a clock hour school. And, as I did like it there, for one, I don't have a car. Now, as it is the one that's probably the closest to my home, it's like kind of in another part of town. I'm gonna call it another part of town. It's not like exactly like where I live. It's just kind of in another city or town. I don't know if it's city or town, but you know what I mean, right? And as I did like this school, for one, it didn't feel right. Because they went through it really fast, and there was a lot of things they didn't cover. And then, I started working. So then when I started actually thinking about schools, I realized, I don't think a clock hour school is going to work. I did not think it was going to work. So I started looking into other schools. And that is when I started to find the path of competency-based beauty schools. So when I first looked up competency-based beauty schools, the only one I could find was Beauty Academy. in which I think a majority of why I chose this, why I was like, oh, this is the one I want to go to, because for one, it was like, for their program, it was a 7-week program, 2 days a week, and then you could take the test, or after you paid it in full. But it was like, at first I'm like, well, what other options do I have? I'm working, and I want to stay working at least while I'm in school, and which was nice. But when I was trying to get a hold of them and everything like that, like, oh, what dates do you have free for this one, or like, do you have these dates free? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. There was like no answer from them, and it was just like, I don't know. I was like, well, it makes me mad. It's like, I can't start school if they don't answer me, which was probably not the best one. So, and then when I started looking at more competency-based schools, because this was the only one I could find, that's when I found Institute School of Cosmetology. Now, of course, this one's the farthest from my house, because the other one, at least isn't with a beauty academy. They're in the same town. I mean, they're on the other side of town, but they're closer. This one is like clear across the other side of town. So, I do live in the city. Or well, not like the city, but like, I live close to the suburb of the city I live in, if that makes sense. So, but that one's like clear across the other side of town, like, like really, really far. And it'd probably take me about an hour to get there from the bus, so, there's that. Like, I don't live, even my job isn't close to it, so, but when me and my dad went out there to go tour, because he's the one who apparently comes with me to go tour, because he's got the car, so, I took him with me, because I'm pretty sure that's what he wanted to do. Just go drive across the clear side of town. But at least in the flip side, we got Chick-fil-A, so we have a Chick-fil-A problem, me and him, so, so when I was looking at this school, I really loved it there, and it was just, I don't know, even though it was on across the other side of town, and it was gonna take me a lot longer to get out there, I'm like, I really want to go here. My dad's like, we'll make a pros and cons list, I mean, I kind of did that. I mean, I did do that, but I was like, okay, this is the school I want to go to, and I made that decision like before, and I told him, like, okay, well, I'm gonna make a decision what school I want to go to by this date. And so I did. I made it in my head. I was like, yeah, I'm going here. And luckily, they answered me back and were like, yeah. And so now I'm officially enrolled at the Institute School of Cosmetology. As I'm still not giving you the first name because that would, I don't want people to track me because I'm pretty sure it's the only one. I could be totally wrong. But I loved it here because they hold their kids to such a much higher standard than, other schools I had went to. And yeah, so I thought I would share that with you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you on Saturday with a brand new video.